has started. We are searching around the room. I don't know what is wrong. I can't concentrate.
The clock is ticking. Here's a puzzle, I assume. I don't know why I'm scared that I'll make mistakes.
I took this mirror off the wall.
It's for this key out of view. May I have your help?
I will guide you through. The time counts down.
And all codes we break.
We have answers to the riddles, and we'll soon escape. The game continues, but it's going by too soon. We will exit out the door and say goodbye.
The clock is spinning and the end before me looms. Can I prolong the game? Would that be wise? Here's two handles on the wall.
From this clue I understand. Please grab hold and I'll reach out.
And I'll take your hand. The time counts down, but all codes we break. We have answers to the riddles, and we'll soon escape. And the time counts down as we flow through this room. You're the answer to my riddle. We'll escape too soon. Too soon.
Too soon.
And hello and welcome everyone to the Top Escape Rooms Project Enthusiast Choice Awards. Welcome. We are super excited to be here. My name is Errol.
My name is Rich. How's it going, everybody?
I hope everyone's doing well. I do see a number of you in chat. Just to let you know, we're not going to be in chat too much because we have so much content and we don't want to go any longer than our families will let us. So we are going to get started right away. I do want to thank Noelle. She is the one that sang that song with me. We weren't really planning on having any type of music interlude, but we thought, hey, while we give people a chance to log in and check out and find the feed, and also I see some people are on mute right now, so it didn't matter if we played something at the beginning. So before we get started, thank you and welcome to everyone that joined. We are the TERPECAs, and we have gathered a number of enthusiasts around the world to vote on some of the top English-speaking escape rooms around the world. And we wanted to recognize these escape rooms as a resource for enthusiasts by enthusiasts. So it's like kind of a global bucket list to help plan for vacations. Obviously, not now, but hopefully in the future. But we also wanted to reward creators because we wanted to give back to the creators that put their heart and soul into their creations. So we knew that a lot of businesses were hurting this year and many have closed, which has broken our hearts, but we still decided to carry on because we wanted to contribute something positive to an industry that has been hit so hard, and an industry that we, Richard, myself, and a lot of enthusiasts have been involved in for many, many years. And this is a community that we enjoy and just love being part of. So yes, here we are with these awards. Richard.
Yes. And thanks for calling me Richard. I think only the IRS normally calls me that. But
Yeah, I'll call you Rich.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how it works. I know most of you watching already know a lot about this stuff, but for those who don't, here's a quick overview. So first and foremost, we have a pretty rigorous application process, which makes it pretty different than other awards. And that's because we want to be very big on transparency and accountability. And we want to make sure that everybody that's contributing is who they say they are. They're not nominating or voting on the rooms that they own, because this is for enthusiasts by enthusiasts. We want to make sure that we have a good idea that they've played the number of rooms that they've played, so that they are, in fact, these uber experienced folks that we want. And we want to make sure they're participating in the spirit of what we're trying to accomplish, which is actually coming up with a great set of rooms that we can put our weight behind. Once we review an application, we assign these people to either be a nominator or voter based on how many games they've played. And then the nominators will nominate up to 20 games that are the best they've ever played. Also, we had the online category this year, which we'll get to in a minute, which was for 10 games that could be nominated. And then those rooms that had enough nominations, which was a minimum of 3 this year, move on to the second round. And we have a very rigorous voting process in which every voter actually has to identify every game they've played in the list that made the finals. And then they have to provide an entire stack rank of all those games. So we get lots of data from our voters, just exactly how they think all these games compare to each other. And then we generate a global ranking from all these individual rankings using a lot of advanced math. And that math could probably be at least an hour-long presentation on its own. But we're not going to do that because I don't think that's what people want to hear right now.
So much math. Wow.
Yes. So moving on to the next slide. I want to say a little bit about the room eligibility. So any rooms that were eligible this year had to be open at least 30 days in the year since the last award. So that span goes from November to October each year. Because we want the games to be easily comparable, and the target audience of our awards right now is for English-speaking players, the games must be playable in English. And this year they also had to be verifiable online, either through their website or through a well-known website that could vouch for that, yes, this game is playable in English. And then the definition of the escape room is actually up to the nominator. So we don't want to be too prescriptive because it's a very fluid category. We did have a little bit more guidance in the online category this year, and then it did have to be a hosted game that you booked, and we wanted to kind of keep it as close to an in-person room as possible. So that is how we decided rooms were eligible. And I will quickly cover what was new this year. So one big new thing was our regional ambassador program. And that is where we enlisted the help of folks from various countries around the world where escape rooms are popular. And we used their expertise and their connections to make sure that people in their areas were aware of the awards. They helped recruit participants. They helped us review rooms for eligibility. They just did all sorts of things to sort of help the project grow. At the end, I'll go into exactly who all of them are, and you might even hear from some of them in the presentation today. We also have the new online room category to account for the fact that, obviously there's online rooms this year that, more so than ever, and we wanted to acknowledge that that is something that has changed in the industry this year. I already mentioned that we went from a minimum of 2 nominations to 3 nominations to get to the second round. I'm hoping that will actually increase a little bit more. I'd love to get to the point where we know that a room can't actually make the finals from one team of people that have played it. So for this year, it was 3. Next year, it may be 4. We also made various improvements to the process, helping people that were sort of repeat participants have the ability to, use some of their data from last year. Hopefully, we streamlined the process. It's a pretty involved process as a participant. So we did a bunch of stuff to try to make that a little bit easier. But there were some improvements to the ranking algorithm, just little tweaks, nothing major. One big thing that's changed is that we are going to be honoring 25 companies this year rather than 20. So that's a change as well. And then finally, to account for the fact that, the Top Escape Rooms Project's mission is really about finding the best escape rooms in the world, it's obviously a little bit of an issue that right now we're only covering English-speaking escape rooms. So we've added a new feature to the website, which will go live at the end of this presentation, where we've highlighted some of the best websites that also aggregate votes and provide awards and rankings and reviews and things like that to help sort out, what are the best rooms from different regions, as well as ones that specifically aren't available in English. So that is something that we hope will continue to grow.
Cool. So just a little bit more stats in regards to the Terpecas here. We had 596 contributors from 25 countries. And so we've grown over the years, which is great. And I'm hoping next year we're going to continue to grow as we get more and more people on board to make a more reliable and accurate, vote system. Like 2019, we had 370 people, 2018, 70. So we've, it's almost like exponential. Not really. Anyway, regardless. And then we had 698 rooms nominated from 33 countries and 281 finalists, as it says there. And the total rooms played by all participants is about 130,000. That's average of 220 per person. So that's a lot of rooms played. That's amazing. Whew. So what's going to come up? Let's go. Now, before I start, I want to acknowledge that last year we did hear a few comments about giving spoilers while we did the company awards. So this year we will count down the top 10 online rooms, then the top 50 in-person rooms, and then finally the top 25. So no spoilers will happen. And then after the broadcast, you can head over to terpeca.com. You'll be able to see it. It's at the bottom. We have it on our slides. And you can see more details on all the winners. So we're like 10 minutes in, and so we are going to do the top 10 online rooms. It'd be kind of cool if I had like a musical interlude before these things, but no.
All right, well, I want to say a little bit about the online room category before we go in there, and I know you're all anxious to get to the awards. I want to acknowledge that, the reason we're doing this category is, of course, that a lot of companies have had to pivot and do this new type of game. And there are also a lot of content that companies pivoted to that doesn't quite be covered by ours, and we don't want to downplay that. Those are all great. You can actually head over to Escape the Review to read about all kinds of play-at-home games that are really great. Ours specifically is looking at the kind that are either avatar-driven or hosted in general. Since this is a fairly new genre, I wanted to mention a couple of the early pioneers that didn't make the finals here, but I still want to acknowledge. One of those is U-Escape in Greece. Nick has been around since well before the COVID times, and he continues to today to make great content for its Patreon subscribers. And I think you all should check that out because it's really great. There's also Ready Mayor 1 from Rock Avenue Escape Rooms, which was one of the first games to launch that really showed that this form of adapted content could have a future. Unfortunately, neither of these games didn't make the finals, and that's not new news. But it really underscores the high bar it took for our 25 finalists to make the list here. Every one of our finalists should be really proud about making it this far, because our rigorous procedure for determining the finalists is honestly a legitimate competition in its own right, especially in the online category where pretty much anybody could go play these things. So we had 25 finalists. Every room in the finals was actually directly compared with every other room in the finals by at least 7 voters, and often many more than that. So the results we're presenting are actually pretty stable. We are awarding the top 10 here with a 2020 Terpeca for top online room, and you will see that the winners represent a pretty interesting cross-section of the types of games that were nominated in this category. So let's see who won.
So number 10 is Virtual Escaper of Agent November in London, United Kingdom. This is the first Terpeca for Agent November, a company in the UK that already ran some great in-person experiences that were a little different from your typical escape room, and pivoted to this relatively low budget but amazing game that really shows how far you can get with a super engaging host and a sense of humor. Also, after the UK was completely shut out of the award last year, this puts them back on the Terpeca map. I did this room. I actually have an interview with Agent November with Room Escape Divas, and it was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed this room. So congratulations to Virtual Escaper and Agent November for number 10. On to number 9.
All right, number 9 is Project Avatar First Mission from Legendary Escape in Ukraine. This is the first Terpeca for Legendary Escape, not to mention the first for any company in Ukraine, and really it stands out for its sheer insanity in implementing what might well be described as a real-life video game. There are moments of gameplay in this game unlike any other, And while honestly it has caused its share of motion sickness, including in myself, I would say it was totally worth it. Unfortunately, though, this specific version of the game is no longer available because the space has been repurposed for the sequel, Avatar Stalker, and I can say that that one has lived up to the standards set by this one and even kicks it up a notch in a number of ways. Unfortunately, that version launched a little bit too late to be eligible for this year's awards, but their first one did make it in at number 9, so congratulations to Legendary Escape.
Number 8, Condemned 2 Online.
Yes, this is the first Terpeca for NorCal Escape Company. They are in Yuba City, California. This is a remote play of a room that I have personally played in person and always considered to be one of the best in Northern California. And it seems the online adaptation has lived up to that, or maybe even exceeded that standard. Unfortunately, this particular game is no longer being offered online. So now if you want to play it, you're going to have to go play it in person when they reopen. And I recommend doing that.
Number 7, Agent Venture, Mission 3, BAD, Side of the Moon. I don't know if they actually say the whole acronym out, but the adventure is real, London, United Kingdom. This is the first Terpeca for the Adventure is Real, who was one of the big pioneers in the subgenres of audio-based escape rooms with their Agent Venture series. All 3 of their Agent Venture series are finalists in this category, so all 3 of them were there. And with this one, episode 3, finishing in the money. Yes, so each game provides different roles for each player, and the audio medium provides the opportunity for tons of improvisation and delight. It is like one of the very few escape rooms that I have done where all 4 of us were actually needed. That was really impressive. So I enjoyed these games. So congratulations to them. On to number 6. Oh, it's me. The Truth About Edith. Mad Genius Escapes in Oregon, United States. This is also another one I've done. And this is the first Terpeca for Mad Genius Escapes. And it was one of the first games to really master the multiplayer experience by providing tasks that required all team members to participate in order to complete a given task. Add that gameplay mechanic to a delightful and hilarious story about Edith the cat lady to get this beloved masterpiece. They probably thought I was weird when we were playing, but I had an intense amount of fun for this. So I think I'm usually one of those people that GMs usually talk about afterwards, like, oh, why did that person join? Anyway, on to number 5. I still had a lot of fun.
Number 5 is the Vanishing Act Remote by Locurio in Seattle. This is the 5th Terpeca for Locurio and represents a room that has everything going for it. Great puzzles, great acting, multiplayer tasks, and plenty of surprises. Locurio is a great example of a company that was not the first to launch an online room, but they sat back, saw what people are doing, played a bunch of rooms, and then made sure to apply everything they learned from those into this one experience. And it really paid off, making one of the most complete remote avatar games you can find.
Number 4, The Beast of Emergency Exit. This is the first Terpeca for Emergency Exit and is a testament to leaning into the remote experience to make the most of the medium. They combined 2 of their in-person games for this to create one immersive experience that gives the distinct feel of watching a real-life ghost hunter filming a documentary. This was the sequel to, and so congratulations, but this was a sequel to The Virtual Exorcist.
Yes, number 3 is The Virtual Exorcist, also from Emergency Exit, which wins 2 Terpecas in this category. This is the 2nd Terpeca for Emergency Exit, neck and neck with its sequel, what we just announced. The brilliance of these games and the vibe they've created and making it feel like a TV show where you're ghost hunting is really something you should not miss. And with that, after the UK shutout of last year, there are now 3 winners from the UK already, and we've only covered 8 rooms.
Awesome. I'm actually excited. I actually never got a chance to vote for this because I'm doing this room tomorrow. And so it's really exciting to see, like, oh, this sounds really, really cool. I can't wait. Okay, on to number 2. Which one's number 2? It's Miss Jezebel Online with 60 Out Escape Rooms. This is the first Terpeca for 60 Out, which took their fabulous in-person experience, Miss Jezebel, and made an even better remote game out of it. It's not so friendly for kids game shows, so it's not kid-friendly. Just how far you can go with a fantastic in-character host that really makes this game shine. So we actually also interviewed the designer for this, and it was a fun interview. It was just fascinating talking to designers and just where they are going. And so congratulations to 60 Out for being number 2 here. And finally, at number 1, woo, who's presenting this one? I don't even know, but I'm excited. It's me who's presenting. It's not me that won. It's me who is presenting Pursuit of the Assassin Artist at Omascape. Now, this is the first Terpeca for Omascape, and this one's really a treat. With multiple actors, brilliant gameplay mechanics, which I won't spoil, and great puzzles, this game is an absolute must-play and takes home our top spot in the top online room category. When I personally voted, I always thought to myself, what couldn't you do in an escape room? And I think Pursuit of the Assassin Artist does a really good job of taking advantage of the medium they had. So congratulations to Omascape San Jose for taking down this highest honor. Woo!
Yeah,
Richard, would you like to say something?
Omascape. This one's practically right in my backyard, so that's pretty cool.
So congratulations to all 10. Once again, I do want to say that all of the finalists were nominated by a number of experienced and, enthusiasts with refined and maybe kind of like they're divas about what they like. And so all of the finalists are really good rooms. And if you are ever looking for a game to play, you can't really go wrong by taking a look at that whole list, because it's like the top 10% of rooms out there. So congratulations. Whew, we're on to the top 50.
All right. So far, so good, huh?
Yeah.
Done with top 10 online rooms. Let's talk about the top 50 rooms, the best of the best. Again, there's a lot of rooms out there, and top 50 is a very, very exclusive club. And I really want to say that basically anyone that was a finalist or a nominee should be super proud. Any room that gets nominated is, by its very definition of not being nominated, has to be in the top 10% of somebody that has played over 200 rooms. And once all 596 of our contributors weighed in, we've narrowed it down to the top 50. And we've got a lot to cover, so let's get going.
Whew. Number 50, Ghost Hunters. The thing I really like about a lot of rooms in Europe is that when I have to put all these graphics together, they have great graphics that I can just plop on. Other ones I actually have to make myself. But here, anyway, sorry, that's beside the point. This is the 5th Terpeca for Claustrophobia, after winning 2 each in the past 2 years. This particular game is interesting in that it had been a finalist the past 2 years and just missed the top 50, but finally broke into the top 50 for the first time. This is a super immersive and high production value game that is playing you the roles of the ghost busters or hunters and has some unforgettable moments. So congratulations to Claustrophobia. Whew. Number 49.
In 49th, we have Mystery on Lived Street by Escape Dimension in Perpignan, France. This is the first Terpeca for Escape Dimension, who breaks into the awards for the first time, a company that did not even receive a single nomination prior to this year. This horror mystery game is notable for its amazing set design and game design, and it actually also won one of the top regional awards in the 2020 Escape Game Awards in France. So it's got some good company. Congratulations to Escape Dimension, and welcome to the Terpecas.
Number 48, Continuum, Adventure Rooms in Switzerland. This is the first Terpeca for Adventure Rooms for an escape room in a science museum that teaches you about physics and the space-time continuum. This is a great example of just how different escape rooms can be and still deliver a world-class experience. So congratulations. All of these ones across the pond for me. I live in Canada, and it just, one day I'll make it out to these places. Oh, man. Number 47.
Speaking of Canada, number 47 is the Dreamwalkers from Cabinet Mysteries in Quebec City, Quebec. This is the first Terpeca for Cabinet Mysteries and only the second room from Canada ever to win a Terpeca Top Room Award. In this game, you're on a mission for the Order of the Dreamwalkers, an order of lucid dreamers with an oath to protect the dream world. And that's pretty much all I need to know. I would love to play this game.
Yeah, I know, because I'm looking at the graphics they give, and that's really all that tells us about it. So it's really interesting. So
Yeah, it sounds
next,
like a
what we
keeper. So
have,
let's hear from Dimitar from Bulgaria, Team Fury, about the next winner.
our first video. Ooh.
The premise of this room is deceptively simple. Once you go in, the complexity and the ideas behind the puzzle slowly start getting you deeper and deeper into the unknown. This room pays homage to one of the most interesting unsolved codes in the world.
Nice. So we have had a chance to bring in other people to talk about rooms. So this is super exciting. Actually, what was happening here? Oops, this is me putting in a duplicate. So this is talking about number 46. Let me stop this. Already our first one. So number 46, we have, hopefully, was the previous one number 45? Yes. So our number 47. So number 46 is The Secret of Kryptos. Mist Entertainment in Bulgaria. This is the first Terpeca for Mist Entertainment for the game that just missed last year again, finishing in 51. Wow, so close and just out of a little bit. But now they're in at 46, and I'm thrilled with a bit more voters this year. It was able to break through, continuing the theme of a super unique. It's a super unique theme, as Dimitar said, and this one is about a real life code, Kryptos. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. That remains unsolved to this day. So we have another video from Ron about the next winner.
This game ticks every box that an escape room lover can imagine. Puzzles, narrative, humor, atmosphere, set design, originality, and innovation. There is probably one word that can better describe it, but it's probably going to spoil what game it is, so you're just going to have to wait for it.
Nice. Thank you, Ron. And I will advance the next
This game ticks every box.
Like I'm having problems today.
Yes.
Okay.
So he is, of course, talking about The Intervention from Escape Center in Israel. This is a game. This is the second Terpeca for Escape Center. Actually, they won a top room award for this same game last year, and it's the second for Israel as well. It is based on one of my all-time favorite TV shows, How I Met Your Mother, and this is a game that I know I have been dying to play, and I just need to get to Israel out to play there.
In number 44, we have The Mine. Unreal Room Escape in Spain. This is the third Terpeca for Unreal Room Escape after winning a top room award last year for this same game, along with a top company award. Lamina has you play the role of a real miner in an expansive set with super high production and great immersion, and is a must-play room if you visit Spain. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have, I'm going to hope that all my videos are working. So we have something from about the next winner.
In this room, you will feel the heavy atmosphere from the very beginning. Development of the story, which is based on real facts, causes the tension to rise throughout the game, and all of that happens within an immersive set with exceptional production quality and original puzzles.
And that is Asylum.
Yes, Asylum from exit19.pl in Wrocław, Poland. This is the second Terpeca for Exit 19, the second for Poland, and the second for this very game, which finished at number 34 last year and is now in the two-time winner club. So huge congrats to Exit 19. I would also like to take a little bit of a side moment to talk about the fact that there were actually several other games from Poland and also from Israel and Canada, among other countries, that may well have done better this year if not for the COVID shutdown. I know there were a lot of people planning trips to these areas, and part of the issue with our algorithm is that it relies on players that can make direct comparisons between rooms in different countries. And any room that doesn't have enough of these sort of external comparisons makes it really difficult to get up into the top 50. let's see. So I'm just hoping that I wanted to raise this just so that people were aware of how that played out. Some countries, such as even like Australia, for instance, was hurt by the fact that we went to 3 nominations minimum. So we're going to need in the future, we just need more nominators, and we need more people to travel. And obviously that was an issue this year, but hopefully, fingers crossed, by this time next year, I won't be repeating this again as I did last year. But it does mean that I encourage everybody to look at the rankings on the website beyond the top 50, as there are definitely some real gems in there that are likely to be rooms that we will be honoring in future years once people have had the chance to play them. So
people may have seen me laughing. I wasn't laughing at you, Rich. David Spira was commenting on how you didn't pronounce the city and country well. And I'm not going to attempt it because I'm not going to pronounce
I tried.
it well either. They will teach us, though. That's what we should get next time, a pronunciation guide. That would have been helpful. Number 42. Great number. Jungle Quest. Look how amazing this graphic is from Escape Dimension again. And France. This is the second Terpeca for Escape Dimension this year to go along with Mystery on Live Street, announced a few moments ago at number 49. They're the first company on the list this year to have won 2 awards, and are really making a splash in their first year in our rankings. This jungle set game also won a Best Decor award in the Escape Room Awards in France, so we aren't the first to recognize it's brilliant. Actually, all their posters look amazing over there. So yeah, it's congratulations, Escape Dimension. Woo! Okay, number 41.
Yes, 41 is Stash House from Los Angeles, California. Congratulations to them. This is the 3rd Terpeca for this room, and it is our first room that we've got to so far that has been a top room winner in every year the Terpecas have existed. They finished at number 15 in 2018 and then number 30 last year. So it's got some good staying power. This game, where you are investigating a drug dealer stash house, was one of the first games in the US that really embraced the approach of being fully in character from the moment you arrive. And it really shows that this game was built to last, as it continues to be in our top 50. Congratulations to Stash House for having such a great experience.
At number 40, we have Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson and the Zoo of Death in Germany. This is the 7th Terpeca for Skirlum, and the second room this year to join the 3-time winner club. Everybody is going to just judge us on pronunciation. After finishing number 10 in 2018 and number 35 in 2019, it falls a bit this year, but still shows some impressive staying power with its distinctive radio play style. Definitely a must play, and isn't even the highest ranked room at this venue. So there are more to come.
Spoiler.
That's kind of like a spoiler.
Yeah.
Who wrote that? I didn't write that. Whoops.
Hopefully it's not too surprising.
True. Number 39.
39 is Haunted House 2 Poltergeist from the Chamber in Prague, Czech Republic. This is the 2nd Terpeca for the Chamber, and the 2nd for this very same room, which interestingly also finished in the exact same number 39 slot last year. This is the sequel to a game called Haunted House, which finished at number 49 2 years ago, although that technically wasn't a top room winner since in the first year we only awarded 25. It's also interesting to note that this particular game has another version that has been replicated in Dusseldorf, Germany, and that version was also nominated separately this year, but that one finished at 134.
So thank you to the Chamber, because I didn't really have to do much to change the slide except for the colors. I was really happy. They might have been copy and pasted, but that's okay. Number 38.
Yes, this one is Expedición Maldita, or Cursed Expedition from Mythos Escape Room. And I know Spanish a little bit more than I know the other languages, so hopefully that one's a lot closer to the pronunciation. This is the first Terpeca for Mythos Escape Room. This Egyptian adventure is known for its great set and original puzzles, and it is the first of a good number of awesome rooms from Spain that make the list this year. Congratulations to Mythos Escape Rooms at number 38.
Number 37, The Story Keeper and Lucurio. This is the 6th Terpeca for Lucurio, and is the first and only company this year to win a top room award in both the in-person and online categories. The Storykeeper is also a 3-time winner itself after finishing at number 14 in 2018 and number 15 last year. This is a wonderful game that immerses you in a world, and it's adorable. And I'm going off script because it's like one of my favorite games, but again, maybe I should just follow script. Immerses you in a world of fantasy and wonder, and that checks the box in every category about what makes a great escape room. And again, the hint system is also adorable. Oh, I love this room. Anyway, I'll continue before I gush even more. Number 36.
36 is The Alley from Rattle Room Roorpot. Man, I should learn other languages. This is the first Terpeca for them. And this game has you fulfill a top secret mission for the darkest magician of all time. And it starts you off in a deserted dark alley. If you want to find out what happens next, you're going to have to play it to find out. And that includes me. But it sounds amazing, and I can't wait to try it someday.
Number 35, Woman in Black. Athens, Greece. Greece has always been a place I wanted to go to because I hear glorious things about their 3-hour escape rooms. Anyway, this is the first Terpeca for Coven escape rooms for a horror game that excels for its set design, atmosphere, puzzles, acting, and more. One of the many, many must-plays in Athens. So congratulations for your first Terpeca. Whew. Number 34.
This one is Don't Take a Breath by Verone in Greece. I know that they are watching the broadcast, so congratulations. This is the first Terpeca for Verone. This is another fantastic horror game that excels in many dimensions from the super strong Greek escape room market. It's very tough to stand out there with all the great rooms in Greece, but this one is on the list. Congratulations at number 34.
Number 33, Wake Up, station number 33. I don't know how that worked, but wake up. This is the first Terpeca for station 33, finishing in a very appropriate 33rd place. This continues the block of must-play Greek games that excel in immersion and atmosphere. This game has multiple versions, with the psychological thriller version that includes actors being the recommended version by the majority of its nominees. And I don't even know what this thing is about because the only picture I had was a train, but I like steam trains, so it's bound to be good. Congratulations, Station 33, for your first Terpeca. 32. It's me, Neptune's Curse, Hidden Games in Germany. This is the third Terpeca for Hidden Games, which won both a Top Room and a Top Company award in 2019. I think we had it last year as Hidden in Hamburg, but now I think they are. But,
Hamburg.
Yeah, but is their official name now Hidden Games, or did we just get it wrong last year?
Well, I think last year they have different names depending on what city they're operating in. But I believe the common umbrella for the company is Hidden Games now.
Hidden Games. Sounds great. And this super unique game takes place on an actual boat, and makes a fantastic use of that setting. There are pictures on their website. It looks great. So congratulations again, number 32. Number 31.
Number 31 is Tomb Hunter, Akasha's Legend from Escape Barcelona in Barcelona. This is the fifth Terpeca for Escape Barcelona and the second Top Room award for this game, which also won a Top Room award last year. This brilliant adventure game that explores an Egyptian tomb is a must-play room in one of the best escape room cities in the world. This is a game that I personally really loved, and no trip to Barcelona is complete without this one.
When did you go to Spain, Rich?
I went there, I believe it was in October of last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So amazing.
Just before last year's awards.
Okay, I'm going to have to come with you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet your fan would love it. Okay, number 30, Amsterdam Catacombs, Logic Locks, Netherlands. This is the third Terpeca for Logic Locks. I hear nothing but good things about this game, and all for this incredible game that takes place in the real-life catacombs in Amsterdam. You might notice who the quote's from, Manpans. That's why I hear nothing except good things about this game, and she just rubs it in my face like, oh, you should have went. Too bad you didn't. It was so good. You lost out. No, I'm kidding. She didn't say that at all. After finishing at number 4 in 2018 and number 19 last year, It holds strong at number 30 in its third straight year as a top room winner. Congratulations. Number 29.
Yes, continuing the theme of great games from the Barcelona region, we have Abduction 3, The Exam by Abduction. This is the second Terpica for Abduction after this same room finished a very impressive number 8 in last year's awards. This room actually has some features that I haven't seen done anywhere else in the 900 plus rooms that I've played, and it really stands out among the best in a very strong Barcelona market with its great mix of mental and physical tasks.
Note that I've never said anywhere how many rooms I've done because it's not as close to the 900 plus that Richard has played. Actually, I didn't even know if we mentioned that Richard is actually no longer a top Guinness Book winner room player award, are you?
That's right. Yeah. No,
I can't
our record was taken down this year.
Yeah, I can't brag about you as much, but I still will. Richard's a cool guy.
I can still say we set the record. I just can't say that I hold the record.
Yes, you did set the first record, so that is amazing. I set nothing, so I can't. Number 28.
Number 28 is Ghost Patrol from Trivium Games in Emeryville, California. I am super excited to present this one, the first Terpica for Trivium Games, who launched their new company with this game mid-pandemic to rave reviews. This is a group of puzzle creators that I've actually known for a long time, as they've been running puzzle hunts and other events using this exact same theme, and I've always been a huge fan of their work. Their new room lived up to some extremely high expectations and hype, and I expect that they are going to be a staple among these top companies and rooms in the US for the foreseeable future.
The nice thing about the States is that's a place I can actually go to with reasonable, okay, number 27. The Mystery of Scum Island from Mad Mansion. Some of you may remember Mad Mansion from last year. This is the third Terpica for Mad Mansion after taking home a top room award for a different room and a top company award last year. This particular room, which is based on the popular Monkey Island video game series, was a finalist last year but finished outside the top 100, but makes a massive leap this year to number 27. And I think it's really cool because I'm a huge fan of LucasArts, well, when they were around, and all of their games. So I wonder if they have like insult battles in this game. That would be really cool if they did. I don't know, I haven't played it, but it would be something I'd look forward to. So congratulations, Mad Mansion, for number 27. Number 26.
Number 26 is Insane Paranoid by Quest Art in Moscow. This is actually the third Terpica for Quest Art, all for this same game, which adds this number 26 finish to its 19 finish in 2018 and its 25 place finish in 2019. Russia is actually one of those countries that we would really love to include more in the rankings that we have, but we don't have a lot of participants from Russia. This particular game was a standout horror game with some amazing moments, not to mention the unique feature that players that were too afraid to play could actually watch the drama unfold on camera from the lobby. I'm actually told by the owners that they have some even newer and better games than this, and unfortunately we didn't have enough people to nominate them this year, but there's a chance that we'll see more from Quest Art in here as folks can visit Moscow and play the rest of their rooms.
Oh, I wonder if they have an option where you can just be in the game and also provide more horrors for the players. That would be cool too.
Maybe.
Yeah, for me it would be. People would hate me as they do now. Number 25. Elcano Escape Room Experience from Spain. This is the first Terpica for this company, and this is a hidden gem from a game in a small town in Spain, and it really shines with its great story, theming, well-integrated puzzles, and special effects. And I don't know any more about it. Like, when I went to the room, it was in Spain, so it was like, oh, it's tantalizing. What is it about? Because it's so mysterious with just a candle. Oh, but congratulations, because you're at number 5, and it's your first Terpica. Woo! Number 24.
Is Overtime, Call or Die by Mad Mansion in Pamplona, Spain. This is the fourth Terpica for Mad Mansion, and its second this year already. The nominators of this room all raved about how action-packed and adrenaline-producing this game was. One person said it had more action than the Die Hard movies. Sounds like a must-play to me. I've heard such great things about it, and need to get to that area.
Spain is the place to go. It sounds like
Spain
actually
is,
a lot
Spain
of
is
places
crushing
in
it.
Europe. Wow. Have you played a lot of LucasArts games? Somebody is tangenting hard, and it's me right now. No, you're not gonna take that. Okay, go on to number 23. Oh, look at this Mad Mansion again. Overtime, 101 Years of Forgiveness. This is the 5th Terpeca for Mad Mansion, and now it's 3rd this year. This game is the sequel to another game, 100. It's a sequel to another one of the game, which closed in 2019, but apparently this one is bigger and better than the one before. As the previous game from Mad Mansion's Overtime, this one too is action-packed and full of adventure and adrenaline. If it's like Die Hard, I wonder if that means like leaping off buildings. That'd be cool. And leaping and shooting like rocket guns at helicopters. Oh man, that'd be amazing. This is wow. That's like how many times have we seen them? Congratulations, Mad Mansion.
Yeah.
Number 22.
The Secret of Saint Romualdus from De Golden Key, something like that. This is their second Terpeca, both for this game. Telling a story centered around Saint Romualdus, the patron saint of the local town. Last year, this became the first and only Belgian game to win a Terpeca. 2020 sees it not only make a return, but it moves 5 places up the rankings to number 22. Congratulations to The Secret of Saint Romualdus in Belgium.
I was just mentioning in chat there, Rich, sorry, that that I'm trying my best to behave here. So I think I'm doing a really good job at not going off the rails. Number 21, Labrat. Woo! This is the 3rd Terpeca for Hatch Escapes, all for this room, which finished at number 8 in 2018 and number 12 in 2019. This fantastic twist on the escape room in a lab trope still remains as one of the best games in the US after several years. And it's one that I've done, and I enjoyed it, and it was amazing. Woohoo! I don't feel left out. Yay! On to number 20.
The Storyteller's Secret by Boxaroo in Boston. This is the second Terpeca for Boxaroo after this same game debuted in the number 14 spot last year. This beautiful magical game shows just how much can be done in a relatively small space with the perfect mix of puzzles, technology, and story. This was a game that I really, really enjoyed, and it was one of the ones that made the list last year and one of the few in the US I hadn't played. I finally got the opportunity to play it after last year's awards, and it totally lived up to the hype.
And I was going to play it this year for Recon, Room Escape Artists like convention, and then I missed out again. Oh, well. Next year. I am hoping for next year. At number 19, Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson and the Wailing Woman. Again, from Skirlum. I'm going to ask how, because if they keep showing up, I'm going to learn how to say these names. This is the 8th Terpeca for them, and 3rd year in a row for the game that finished number 1 overall back in 2018. This year drops only 2 spots from number 17, and its novel radio play approach, along with some unforgettable moments, keeps us near the top of a great list of games. Okay, we're now into the top 20. Look at us go. Number 18.
An Avalanche of Oblivion by Claustrophobia in the tiny country of Andorra, which is nestled between Spain and France.
I had to look that up when they first appeared. Didn't even know it was a thing. That's how ignorant I am.
This is the 6th Terpeca for Claustrophobia, and the 2nd of this year after the Ghost Hunters game in Russia. And it is the 3rd time for this particular game from the tiny country of Andorra to make the list. After they finished in 12th in 2018 and 26th last year, it actually moved back up a little bit to number 18, which is kind of unusual. And it keeps Andorra as a legitimate destination on the World Escape Room map by offering an avalanche-themed escape room that you probably won't find in too many other places. I don't think I've ever played an avalanche-themed room, and I would love to.
Yeah. Number 17, as I try to count down, man. The Lost Treasure of Alexander von Humboldt. This is the 6th Terpeca for the room, and the third straight top room award for the Lost Treasure. After 5th place finished in 2018 and 9th place in 2019, it drops a few spots, showing the staying power that comes from enabling people to play what feels like a real-life Indiana Jones style adventure. Wow, let's hear from Victor and Maria about our next winner.
This room has a different theme.
Yeah, in fact, we felt a bit confused or weird at the beginning.
Yeah, but I can remember every single puzzle, mechanics, and effect. It was amazing. Even we didn't get out on time. It's my number one.
Yeah, but you don't need to get out on time to know that it's the best room we have ever played.
The fun thing about Victor and Maria is I actually sent a number of videos because they had bloopers. You know, the cat was walking around. It was great. And sadly, we can't include those bloopers in, but, you know, maybe they will on their, maybe if they have a website or something, it'd be kind of fun. So what is number 16?
That is Interview from Affect Laboratories in Tallinn, Estonia. This is the second Terpeca for Affect Laboratories after the same game finished at number 20 last year, so it moved up a few spots, and that puts Estonia on the escape room map. The nominees of this room, including Victor and Maria, rave about how great it is, and many argue it might even deserve to be number one. Unfortunately, it continues to suffer a bit from the lack of external comparisons that I discussed earlier, and the pandemic certainly didn't help in that regards, but it does suggest that this room could continue to move up if more people are able to play it. Congratulations again to Affect Laboratories for their second Terpeca for Interview.
Number 15, the Edison Escape Room Palace Games. This is the 5th Terpeca for Palace Games, and the 3rd year in a row the Edison Escape Room as a top room winner. Finished at number 6 and number 5 the past 2 years. This room is a true technological marvel that has some game elements that most designers wouldn't even think to try. Its top-notch puzzles and larger-than-life moments keep this one near the top 3 years running. Congratulations again, Palace Games. At number 14.
Ghost Hunter Brandon Darkmoor by The Room in Berlin. This is actually the 7th Terpeca for The Room and the 2nd year in a row for Brandon Darkmoor, which was number 11 last year. This room is actually set in the same universe as the Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson rooms over at Skurlum in Hamburg, and it really raises the bar for special effects and immersive moments. This was a real highlight of our trip to Berlin last year. Can't recommend this room enough. Super cool. So let's now, for number 13, let's go hear from Pim about the next winner.
This is great. This might be actually the first time I've actually seen Pim. I've always just seen him on the Slack, and now he's shown his face. Amazing.
This is another great room by the Dog Park team. This thrilling experience really pushes the boundaries of escape rooms. With great acting, sets, and music, this is really something you need to experience for yourself.
So at number, what are we at? Number 13, it's The End.
The End by Dark Park in the Netherlands. This is the 5th Terpeca for Dark Park, and it's second for this game, which this year moves up 10 spots from its finish last year at number 23. As Pim mentioned, this game has some moments that you really must experience firsthand. So I'm just going to leave it at that and recommend that if you visit the Netherlands, do not leave without playing The End.
Nice. Number 12, we have Paradox Project 3, The Music Academy. This is the 3rd Terpeca for Paradox Project, which is on the board this year with its newest game. So that's impressive, The Music Academy, which was translated to English just in time to be eligible for nomination. For those familiar with the original pair of games, this breaks away with an all-new story, but retains their trademark long game, coming in at 3 hours. Oh, that sounds amazing. Now let's hear from Mel and Mel. Oh, that's not a mistake. Let's hear from Mel and Mel about the next winner. So congratulations to Paradox Project. Mel and Mel.
This game is a mix between an escape room and a museum, but a very fun, interactive museum about something a lot of people like.
When you play, it feels like you're creating something. Puzzles are smart, there is a lot of cooperation, and the pace is excellent. There are many things to do.
Plus, at the end, you get to enjoy a really cool moment with your team.
I'm going to pause here because I was listening, but then I also got distracted by all the cool things in their background. It's like, oh, what is that? Escape game. Anyway, they were talking about number 11, the brewery.
Yes, the brewery, or La Cerveceria, by Enigmic in Barcelona. This is the second Terpeca for Enigmic, as this same game actually finished 33rd last year and moves up 22 spots to number 11. This suggests that this brewery-themed game is as special, and that maybe the idea of mixing beer and escape rooms hasn't yet been explored as a theme as much as it really should be. So I didn't get a chance to play this one when we were in Barcelona, and that was a big regret, but that basically means that we're going to have to go back. So let's now hear from Stefan and Alex about the next winner.
Because we're on to the top 10. I should make sure that everybody can hear things okay. Did I actually even ask that? I don't know. Let's go ahead, and you're going to all see my screen as I make sure people can hear my thing. And I'll probably screw things up while I do these settings. Haha. So, number 10. Let's see.
When we walked into the room, we didn't know what to expect, but we were blown away by the high level of immersion and great set design.
Our highlight was the way that the game played with our sense of orientation, making us feel that we were going deeper and deeper into the room.
The puzzles were fun as well, obviously, and the game set a high bar for escape rooms in Austria.
I think the sound was a bit louder that time. That's good. Woo. Number 10. Going Underground, Crime Runners in Austria. This is the second Terpeca for Crime Runners, with this same game finishing 13th last year and climbing 3 spots to break into the top 10. The only Austrian game ever to win a Terpeca, Going Underground sees players heading beneath the streets of Vienna to investigate an unexploded bomb, but things aren't what they originally appear, with twists and surprises aplenty. Congratulations, Crime Runners, for being in number 10. Now, we are going to hear from this lovely individual about the next winner.
From the moment we arrived into this escape, we found a spectacular and also terrifying set. For us, the whole experience was amazing, but I would like to highlight the perfect starting and the crazy and funny ending.
Coming in at number 9, it's
La Casa by Insomnia Corporation in Berga, Spain. This is the second Terpeca for Insomnia Corporation after bringing home a top company award last year without having had any individual room winners. This changes this year with this new game, La Casa. If you're thinking the house is probably the most boring theme you've ever heard, that's clearly a setup for some great surprises in store, as you can't reach number 9 overall without being truly exceptional. Also, for you escape room tourists out there, it looks like geographically this is right about halfway between Barcelona and Andorra, so you could make a great stop there on your trip connecting those 2 escape room destinations. Now, let's hear again from Victor and Maria about number 8.
Number 8.
I remember we had really high expectations about this escape.
Because we waited about 1 year to go there.
Yeah, but when we started and saw the intro, we knew we would like it. In fact, I think it has really magical moments that made it special. Really.
Yeah, I remember your face playing and dancing like a child in one room.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
At number 8 is Dragonborn, the Innkeeper's Son. Mad Mansion again. This is the 6th Terpeca for Mad Mansion and a record-breaking 4th room this year to take home a top room award. Dragonborn itself is now a 2-time winner, moving up from number 16 last year, and this great combination of unique gameplay, character interactions, and amazing set means your next trip to Spain may need to include some time in the northern part of the country. That's a huge jump again from number 16 to number 8, so congratulations, Mad Mansions with Dragonborn! I just want to keep saying that over and over again. Okay. Next up, we have Randy, and we're about to say, and I finally figured out how the whole Google Slides things work with video after like struggling it for the past 8 or 9 times. Man,
this is one of those games where you don't really have to pretend that you're in a different world because you are in a different world. The immersion is amazing. It's incredible. Everybody should experience this.
At number 7.
Yes, he is talking about, of course, Cutthroat Cavern by 13th Gate Escape in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is the 7th Terpeca for 13th Gate Escape and the 3rd straight top 10 finish for Cutthroat Cavern after finishing 2nd in 2018 and 4th in 2019. Still widely regarded as the gold standard for set design, even after several years, you can't discuss great sets without this jaw-dropping game being top of mind. I still can't. Every memory I have of this game is just mind-blowing. I love it. Yeah, congratulations to 13th Gate for the 3rd straight top 10 finish. And now let's go to Sarah to hear about the next winner.
This game is a perfect example of how you can apply real, genuine storytelling to an escape room whilst maintaining a wonderful variety of truly explorative puzzles and an utterly beautiful set. Only one other game has ever left me this slack-jawed. It's my favourite game since the last Terpecas, and it's absolute perfection.
At number 6 is Aunt Hilda's Room Trip Trap in Switzerland. I don't think it was all. Was that video choppy for you? Sorry, all. It wasn't choppy last time I played it. Okay. Hopefully we'll come to the end before my internet starts to die. This is the 3rd Terpeca for Trip Trap, having won Terpecas last year both in the company category and for this game. Notably, it moved up 25 places to finish in 6th this year. While the name may not immediately conjure up adventure with Aunt Hilda, it's clear talking to people who've played the game that it fully deserves the 6th place in this year's Terpecas, immersing you in the story of Aunt Hilda, the first resident of the Trip Trap Hotel. Oh, one day we should have a room about Uncle Errol. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. I guess not. Okay, let's hear from Dan about the next room, number 5.
The sustained intensity of this game is absolutely mind-blowing. Your entire world becomes this immense, elaborately atmospheric space, these incredibly challenging puzzles, and these wildly terrifying monsters for 2.5 hours that both feel like an eternity and also feel like they end in an eye blink. There's absolutely nothing like this game anywhere else in the world.
You know, I do have the slides, but it's a great big purple. Because had I known it was actually Dan Egner that was coming up, even though I put the slides together, I would have said Dan Egner. Because I don't think I've ever called him Dan once. It's always just Dan Egner. Anyway, we love you, Dan Egner. Number 5 is Sanatorium.
The Sanatorium by Lockhill in Athens, Greece. This is the 2nd Terpeca for Lockhill after this same game finished 24th in last year's awards. Now you'll notice that the slide says Midnight Mode. I want to say a little bit about this one. So this particular game is an interesting one in that it offers several modes of overlapping content, all of which are great in their own right. They have day mode, which is mostly puzzle focused. They have night mode, which is mostly horror and actor interaction focused. And then they have midnight mode, which is a mind-bending combination of the two. We actually did an experiment this year, and we decided that we were going to treat, during the nomination and the voting process, we were going to treat each of these modes as separate, with a thinking that the mode you play might actually color how the room ranked. And we didn't want to penalize the best version of the game by having it being dragged down by its other versions. Now, I would say this experiment was a great success because what we found out was that, first of all, the midnight mode was the overwhelming favorite. Nearly everybody that played more than one version and that included Midnight Mode rated it higher. Not everybody, but the vast majority. And the Midnight Mode on its own as a standalone room is what actually reached this number 5 ranking overall. And so that is the version that we are most recommending. The other interesting part is that Night Mode itself would have finished at number 30 overall. So that also, Night Mode would have also won the award on its own. And so we are actually, the slide should actually say Midnight Mode and Night Mode, and that's how it will be on the website, because both Midnight Mode and Night Mode are being honored at the level of a TERPECA Top Room Award. Day Mode was nominated and was a finalist. It ended up finishing at number 107 overall, which is still an amazing accomplishment. But we can't recognize that as an official winner, whereas we cannot recognize both Midnight and Night as official winners. So bottom line, play Midnight. If you can't play Midnight because you're short on time, play Night. That way you get the best experience from one of the very best escape rooms in the world. So a lot about that one. Let's move on to number 4, and let's hear from Anna about that one.
The acrobatics from the actor in that room were absolutely amazing. Have never seen anything like that before. And it was such a surprise, such a delight, and such a disturbing thing to experience.
A delight and disturbing. Wow. That sounds like my life. Hey, number 4, we have, El Exorcista, No Exit. Ooh, no name is on this. Who's presenting this one?
You are.
Me. This is the second TERPECA for No Exit. After this same game finished number 10 overall, it jumped to number 4. This year, the brilliant take on The Exorcist climbs on the strength of its super intense immersion and its world-class special effects that would fit right in the movie industry and its acrobatics. That sounds cool. Congratulations at number 4. We're getting close to the top 3. So let's check in with David and Lisa Spira, of Room Escape artists, about the room that came in number 3. Hello, you two. I gotta press play.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm David.
And we're from Room Escape Artists.
The next winner is one of our all-time favorite games. It was humble yet magnificent and completely changed the way we think about escape rooms.
This game used actors to build a world and to create emotion. It made us feel something.
Amazing. So at number 3, we have The Man from Beyond.
Yes, from Strange Bird Immersive in Houston, Texas. This is the third TERPECA for Strange Bird Immersive, and not only has this game won a Top Room Award each of the past 3 years, but it has been in this very same third place all 3 years. No room has shown anywhere near this consistency year over year, which really demonstrates how the power of emotion and intimacy can overcome some of the big budgets and technical marvels of other games. This is still one of my personal favorite games, and I am thrilled to see that I am not alone in that assessment. Congratulations again to Strange Bird for continuing to delight everyone. Let's now go to number 2, and let's hear from Ken about that one.
Is that Ken Ferguson?
It sure is.
Ken Ferguson of the UK blog The Log Just Escapes Me, Ken Ferguson?
That's the very one.
I hear he plays the cornet. One year, I'm going to get him to do a cornet solo just for our program. That will be amazing. You hear me, Ken? I want that cornet solo.
The first game from this company was impressive, but this game beats it hands down on every front. It's an enthusiast paradise with a beautiful, sprawling set. You've got over 3 hours to explore. And yet, each space that you encounter has a very different look and feel. It's packed full of puzzles and bound together with a story that follows on from the first game. It's a truly stunning experience.
Man, I love these 3-hour things. Oh, wow. Paradox Project again, the bookstore. Paradox Project 2. I don't want to miss out on these things. The bookstore. This is the 4th TERPECA for Paradox Project, and it's second for the bookstore, which burst on the scene last year at the number 2 position and held strong there again this year. Notable for its massive sprawling set, fantastic puzzles, and an unprecedented 200-minute game clock, This room still stands out among a super strong Athens escape room market as the centerpiece of many enthusiast bucket lists. Definitely. Number one, we are going to hear from two people, because it's just that exciting and people couldn't stop gushing about it. Here we go. This is our friend Pim. Hello, Pim.
This next room is a huge, mind-blowing roller coaster. It takes you from one what the moment to another. And if you ever visit the Netherlands, be sure to make a stop there because you have plenty to talk about afterwards.
Nice. And I think we have not Pim again, but Sarah. Yes.
There is no other game in the over 1800 games that I've played that I've spent more time theorizing, reliving, and discussing post-play. In my opinion, it completely reset the boundaries of what an escape room could be. It set a new benchmark from which other designers can springboard. It subverted expectations. It took the traditional tropes and chucked them out the window. It messed with our hearts and our minds. And for me and Team Squared, this game epitomizes the peak of what an escape room can be. I love this game, and this game is why I play escape rooms.
And it might not be a surprise, but number one,
The Dome, Escape Room Netherlands in Bunschoten, Netherlands. Well, yeah, this isn't going to surprise anybody, but this is the third TERPECA for Escape Room Netherlands, and the second straight year we recognize the Dome as the number one overall top room. Congratulations to them.
Woo!
Yeah. It is also interesting to note that there were 113 of our participants that played this room, which made it not only the top ranked room, but also the most played room, which kind of suggests that already it's become somewhat of an enthusiast mecca to go visit the Dome. It continues to dominate the competition with 80% of the voters that played both the number one and number two rooms preferring this one. And it had even stronger head-to-head ratings against every room in the list with at least 5 voters able to compare them. So to repeat that, anytime there were at least 5 people that compared this to another room, they had at least 80% favored the Dome. 64 of the 113 voters had it listed as their number one game, and 94 out of 113 had it in their top 3. So bottom line is, if there's a room out there that can live up to the hype, this is the one. And I can vouch to it. It is the best game I've ever played. It's amazing. Get there. This is where you should start if you want to never play another better game. Anyways, congratulations again to the Dome for another number one finish. Well deserved.
We didn't explain it, but if you've been here over the years, you may have understood that there's a lot of math that goes into all of these rankings. And so kudos to Rich for figuring out math. I wouldn't have been able. You should see, because like, okay, Earl, here's the list of games, but he doesn't give me a list. He gives me it all with options, and he's like, oh, maybe you should try to make sure you have this calculation, and then you have this here, and you don't include this. Like, can I just take the defaults? Because you have like 5 drop downs for all your calculations, and it was hard to figure out. But default was good. Anyways, I am talking too much. We are going to go on to the top 25 escape rooms. So congratulations to the top 50 and everybody who has been nominated, because any one of these rooms would be a joy to go to for any enthusiast. And so being nominated, and I know that people say like, being nominated is an honor in itself. No, in this case, these are rooms you should get and see. So congratulations to them all. Now we are going on to the top 25 companies. The big news this year is that we've increased the top company awards from 20 to 25 to account for the growth we've seen in this year and the fact that we've also introduced a new category that contributes to the awards.
Okay. As a reminder, the top company awards are not voted on directly, but instead we use a secret formula that rewards reaching high results from having multiple nominated and finalist games as being the measure of a great company. Now, this is based on the first year that we actually had people nominate and vote on the company awards, and we found that they were extremely highly correlated with how people rated the rooms and when a company had multiple rooms. So in order to be a candidate for a top company, it requires a minimum of 2 nominated rooms and 1 finalist rooms. And then beyond that, the more rooms you have that reach the higher tiers, the better. One interesting side effect is that you are going to see a good number of companies that make this list that actually didn't get honored in our top room category because they had multiple rooms that maybe none of them made it to the top 50, but they had, multiple rooms that actually did very, very well without getting there. And so if you were hoping to see your room listed and didn't see it in the top 50, stay tuned, because there are some companies in here that will be announced for the first time. So with that said,
I'm wondering there, Rich, if you keep the secret formula like in like some sort of safe in your house, and an escape room could be trying to break in to get the secret formula. That seems like
I do, yeah. But now you've spilled the secret. So
number 25.
Yes, number 25 is Tully's Escape Rooms in Crawley, UK. This is the first Terpica for Tully's Escape Rooms and the first example of what I was talking about, in that they did not have a single top room winner. And this is the first top company award for the UK since Time Run won back in 2018. Now, Tully's is a real hidden gem that you should definitely save time to visit on a day trip from London. And despite not having any top room winners, they actually had 3 rooms in the top that were finalists in the top room competition. And those were Mutiny, Dodge City, and my personal favorite of theirs, Nethercott Manor. This, you got to visit them. They have a very high standard of rooms, and it's definitely worth a trip.
Congratulations. Number 24, The Basement. This is the second Terpica for The Basement, following up their top company award at number 19 last year. The Basement sets the standard for horror games in the United States and remains a national treasure. Like Tully's, The Basement didn't have any single room that won a top room award this year, but had 4 different nominated rooms, 3 of which were finalists, including the Courtyard, their newest room, finishing highest of the bunch. And this is one that I've done and I've enjoyed, and it would be great to go with people who are scared. Maybe that's just telling too much. We already said, oh no, it says standard for like horror, so it's all good. Wonderful, wonderful room, and it's a great experience. Congratulations. And number 23. It's Escaparium. Oh, cool, because this is also in Canada. Woo! I'm kind of look like I'm excited about, something I should already know about, but I just forget. So it's like, oh, who's coming up now? Even though I made these slides. This is the first Terpica for Escaparium and the first ever top company award for a Canadian company. They earned this award on the strength of an impressive 6 nominated rooms and 3 finalists, the highest finishing of which is the acclaimed Lost Island of the Voodoo Queen. Did I play that one? Oh man, I didn't play that one. Played the other ones, which were really good. Oh, anyway, so I'm super excited for this Canadian company, and this also gives me an excuse to. I'm trying to convince my daughter to go to school in Quebec, but that's anyway. Sorry, I'm tangenting again. Let's go on to number 22. Congratulations, Escaparium, number 22.
22 is The Adventure is Real. This is based out of the UK, and you may know them better as Agent Venture. This is the second Terpica for The Adventure is Real, the company behind the Agent Venture audio escape room series, and this joins their earlier win for Agent Venture 3 in the top online room category. They are actually the first company to win this award entirely on the strength of their online escape rooms, in which all 3 games they produced, Agent Ventures 1, 2, and 3, were finalists in that category this year. This is a great example of a company that really burst onto the scene this year and figured out how to make great experiences in the online medium. Congratulations to The Adventure is Real on a great showing.
Number 21, Immersia Escape Games Canada. Yay! More Canadian rooms. This is the first Terpica for Immersia Escape Games, about the second company award this year and ever for Canada. They had 4 rooms nominated, 3 of which were finalists, including the Grand Immersia Hotel, which just missed out on the top 50, finishing at number 57. It's worth mentioning that for both Escaparium and Immersia, these both come from a region of the world where we don't have a lot of external comparisons, so you should just come visit me. So while you're on the way to Quebec, Canada. So it's quite possible that as more escape room tours visit them in the future, their games can move up as well as their standing in the company rankings. I know that when Room Escape artists were planning on doing their trip, I was going to go, even though I had done most of the rooms, because I just wanted to visit people. Maybe that's why they canceled it. Anyway, doesn't matter. It would have been fun because I've never met Rich Bragg in person, and I just wanted to be in awe of his girth and stature because he's tall. I wanted to see that in real life. Anyway, congratulations, Immersia. Let's go on to number 20.
Dark Park in the Netherlands. This is the 6th Terpeca for Dark Park. They're second this year, joining their top room award for the end. And they are the first of the companies to be in the 3-time Top Company Winners Club. In addition to obtaining this honor, due to their 4 nominated rooms and 3 finalists, Dark Park also released a fantastic play-at-home box game that is currently the #1 game on Escape the Review across all play-at-home games, across any type of play-at-home games, and that is the Witchery Spell, I believe. While that particular game wasn't eligible for our online game category, we were worried that that might hurt them in the company category this year because they didn't have an online game to help. But regardless, on the strength of all their other games, they still made it here just fine at number 20. And any other stuff they would have done could have only strengthened their case and makes it really clear that they belong on our list of top companies. So congratulations to Dark Park, number 20.
Number 19. Oh, my keyboard didn't work. Number 19, the Escape Game. This is the second Terpeca for the Escape Game after finishing number 20 in this same category last year. They jumped up as the gold standard of national change in the US. The Escape Game has a whopping 7 different rooms nominated, as well as 4 finalists, 3 in the top room category and 1 in the top online room category. Though none of these ended up winning in their categories, this overall performance lands them as the very well-deserved number 19 top company. Congratulations. Woohoo! Number 18.
Number 18 is exit19.pl from that same place in Poland that we talked about earlier. This is the 3rd Terpeca for Exit 19 to go with their 2 top room awards for Asylum the past 2 years. Last year, they just missed this honor, finishing at the number 23 company when we only were awarding the top 20. But this year, they made a massive splash with a new Terpeca record of 8 different nominated rooms, and 6 of them are finalists. And the 6th finalist is the second highest number of finalists. So unfortunately, as Poland suffers from the issue of not having a lot of external comparisons, I think we will likely see some improvement over how the individual rooms do as more players visit the region in the future. So congratulations to Exit 19 for being the number 18 company.
Maybe people aren't visiting it because when we say, hey, how do we get to Rocklaw, nobody knows what we're talking about and send us elsewhere. Yeah, might be it. Sorry. We will learn for next year. Number 17, Emergency Exit in the UK. This is the 3rd Terpeca for Emergency Exit all this year, adding to the 2 top online room awards they won for their remote ghost hunting games, The Exorcist and The Beast. This is a great success story of a company that took their in-person rooms that they could no longer offer and really figured out how to make them shine on the internet. I'm excited. I'm doing it tomorrow. This is also the 3rd top company award for the UK after none last year. So good job, Emergency Exit. Woo! Number 16, Codex Escape Games. Oh, we put my name for all the Canadian ones. That's amazing. And woo! Yeah, and a 3rd one. This is the first Terpeca for Codex Escape Games, but it is bittersweet. Yes, it is. Oh, I remember seeing this on the Slack. Anyway, sorry, I won't talk about my feelings. Unfortunately, the company is no longer in business as a result of the pandemic. This year they had 2 rooms in the top 100, The Night of the Wolf and the Serpent, and The Reflection of Madness, as well as a nomination for a 3rd room, Spaceship Graveyard. On behalf of enthusiasts everywhere, we at the Top Escape Rooms Project wish a very fond farewell to a great company and hope this award helps cement their legacy as one of the best. As a footnote, I have been told that the very 2 games that did make the top 100 were sold to other companies in Quebec, so hopefully the Codex legacy can also live on in a much more tangible way through those games. So congratulations, Codex Escape Rooms, and thank you very much. And I'm sorry to see you go. Number 15, Escape.
This one, I guess I guess technically this might count for Canada too, although all the nominees were in the U.S. But this is the second Terpica for Omascape to go with the #1 top online room this year in the outstanding Pursuit of the Assassin Artist. And then another room of theirs, Chaos in the Galleria, which is also here locally in Sunnyvale, California, also finished in the top 100 in the top room category. And then they had 2 other nominated rooms to go with those. Now, Omascape has been around for years and has multiple locations in Canada and the US and the UK, among others. And as their recent launches show, they've just gotten better and better with age and experience. And the sky's the limit for what I think Omascape has really set a bar now that we're expecting really great games from them. So congratulations, Omascape at number 15.
Woo, congrats. I think Nyctophobia, Fear of the Dark is only, I think.
Actually, you're totally right. I stand corrected. So I guess this is the 4th company from Canada to make it. Nice.
Is it pronounced Omascape or Omascape? I actually don't know. I think because I see the Omega or the Ohm. So anyway, doesn't matter.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not
pronouncing. I say Omascape. You say Omascape.
Yeah. Although, you know.
I think there's a song about that.
Potato. It's all good. Number 14. The Maze. This is the second Terpica for The Maze after finishing in exactly the same number 14 slot last year in this category. Despite having not yet won any top room awards, The Maze once again had 2 rooms in the top 100 with Cube and The Sting. Not to mention a nomination for a 3rd room, Action. I like their commitment to short names. Especially impressive here is that Israel is one of the countries that suffers from the issue I've mentioned about not having external comparisons, so it's entirely possible they could totally move up and even higher once more traveling enthusiasts are able to visit Israel. So congratulations, The Maze. Number 13, Escape Barcelona.
Yes, from Barcelona, Spain, obviously. This is the 6th Terpica for Escape Barcelona and their 2nd top company award after a 3rd place finish last year. With 2 rooms in the top 100 this year, including 2-time top room winner Tomb Hunter Akasha's Legend and a 2018 top room winner in Alien the Origin, Escape Barcelona continues to be one of the powerhouses of the escape room market from Spain. I know that they've even launched some new rooms this year, and they consistently set a very high bar for escape rooms in Barcelona. So definitely want to check them out if you can get out there.
Number 12, Insomnia Corporation in Spain. This is the 3rd Terpica for Insomnia Corporation, joining their top room award this year for La Casa and their 2nd consecutive year taking home a top company award. In addition to La Casa, this award comes on the strength of having a 2nd room, The Doctor's Cocktail, finish in the top 100 and a 3rd room, Experiment, as a nominee. Insomnia Corporation serves as another reminder to just how strong the escape room market is in Spain. So congratulations at number 12. Number 11, No Exit.
Yes, this is the 3rd Terpica for No Exit, adding to the back-to-back top 10 finishes in the top room category by their remarkable game El Exorcista. This year, No Exit's resume also included a 2nd room, Death Row, that just barely finished outside the top 50 at number 56. But with that finish, coupled with El Exorcista, No Exit is now on the strength of those rooms in the number 11 company slot. Congratulations to them.
And now to the top 10. Woo! Number 10, Lucurio. This is the 7th Terpica for Lucurio. You know what I should have done? I got something from them and I don't have it here with easy access, and I could have shown you the coolness of Lucurio. And even more interestingly, it completes a feat that no other company has accomplished. Not only are they the only company to win an award in all 3 categories this year, with a top online room and with the top online room, the Vanishing Act remote, and a top room award for the Storekeeper, but they are also now the only company to have won at least 1 award in every category in every year, having won both top room and top company awards in 2018 and 2019 as well. This is a real testament to the love and care that I know that they put into every dimension of their games, and reflective of the quality that results from such attention. And again, that hint system is adorable. You have to see it. Congratulations.
Congrats, Lucurio.
Number 9, Paladins.
Palace Games, San Francisco, California. This is the 6th Terpica for Palace Games, and it also puts them in the 3-time Winners Club of the Top Company Award. Once again, checking in with 3 finalists in their fantastic epic trio of games themed on attendees of the Panama Pacific International Exposition that visited San Francisco in 1915. Their rooms themed on Houdini, Roosevelt, and Edison all fared very well, with 2 of the 3 in the top 100. They've even got another game that was just about to open before the lockdown, and enthusiasts around the world, including myself, are eagerly awaiting its launch. They've also got some great online point-and-click games you can play that have been really fun, and they're built for lots of people. Palace Games is a class act, and I'm super happy to have them in our top 10 once again at number 9.
Number 8. 13th Gate Escape, Baton Rouge, Louisiana in the U.S. This is the 8th Terpica for 13th Gate Escape. I can't say 13th, but I can say Triskaidekaphobia, but can I say 13th? No. And also adds them to the 3-time Top Company Winner Club, with a very impressive 6 nominees, 3 finalists, and 2 finishing in the top 100, including the number 7 game overall and with Cutthroat Cavern. 13th Gate has continued to make Baton Rouge an American enthusiast's most required destination. I want to go. They consistently deliver among the most outrageously over-the-top set design and jaw-dropping. I'm losing it. Good thing we're in.
We're almost there. Don't worry.
Almost there. Stay on target. Jaw-dropping immersion that you can find anywhere in the world. And you can look up what Triskaidekaphobia is, because that's a real phobia. All good. Number 7.
Visce Avarina.
Oh, you put a pronunciation here. Why didn't you give that to me?
I should have done that for that city.
Oh man, I didn't get any pronunciation guides. Oh.
So, yeah, congratulations to Visce Avarina. This is the 2nd Terpica for them, moving up 1 spot from their number 8 finish in this category a year ago. This year, they had the 3rd most finalists overall, with 5 rooms in the finals. And despite not winning a top room award, 2 of their rooms just barely missed, with Operation Metro finishing at number 59 and In the Shadow of the Pyramids at number 64. Once again, this is a company that I will expect to continue to do well. And once more players outside of Poland are able to visit them, I really expect that they will climb, and we'll see some top room winners from them in the future. So congratulations again. I'm not going to say it again, but yeah.
Number 6, Escape Dimension, France. This is the 3rd Terpica for Escape Dimension. All this year, adding to their top room awards for both Jungle Quest and Mystery on Live Street. This company was maybe the biggest surprise this year, because they had no nominations prior to this year, and in the end, there were only 2 rooms from France to take home top room awards. And in the end, they were the only 2 rooms from France to take home top room awards this year. Known for their great set design and game design, I definitely look forward to seeing more from them in the future, and expect they'll now be a fixture to traveling enthusiasts going forward. Congratulations, Escape Dimension! Number 5. We're getting down to the top 5. Who are they going to be? I'm getting distracted by the chat too at the same time, so I do apologize. I did say I wouldn't look at it, but how can I resist talking to people? Honestly. Number 5. Claustrophobia.
Yes, Claustrophobia from Russia, Andorra, Belarus, Estonia, Spain, and the US. This is the 7th Terpica for Claustrophobia and their 2nd Top Company Award, moving up from number 11 last year. Now, you notice a bunch of rooms on that list. They have many, many more. Now, Claustrophobia is not only one of the best companies in the world, but they're also one of the most prolific, with somewhere between 50 and 100 different games available in 6 countries around the world. Now, this year they had 6 rooms nominated, 2 of which finish in the top 50. You may remember an Avalanche of Oblivion in Andorra, and Ghost Hunters in Russia. They, of course, also hold a very special place in my heart, as they are the company that hosted our Guinness World Record run in 2018. And as we mentioned earlier, that was broken this year by a team in Belgium. Although technically, I guess we're waiting for Guinness to make it official, because that process takes a while. But I fully expect that very, very soon, we will officially no longer be the record holders. So congratulations to Claustrophobia for the win, and congratulations to the team from Belgium that beat our record.
Number 4 is Skirlum. This is the record 9th Terpeca for Skirlum, adding a 3rd top company award to the 3 awards each won by their 2 acclaimed Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson rooms. As a result, they are the only company to have 2 winning rooms every year we've held the awards. With huge sets, great effects, and unexpected moments, and a unique radio play approach in which the GM provides a third-person narration of the events of the games you play, Skirlum is a force to reckon with in the escape room universe. I'm gonna blame the length.
I don't know if that was. I didn't intentionally give you all the Skirlum games, but it just worked out that way.
Oh man! Wow. Anyway, congratulations. On to number 3.
All right. Moving up from number 9 is Paradox Project from Athens, Greece. This is the 5th Terpeca for Paradox Project and their 3rd this year. So this is their 2nd top company award after finishing number 9 last year. And by adding a 3rd chapter to their acclaimed series of multi-hour marathon games, Paradox Project continues to push the envelope on a style of game that makes enthusiasts drool. All 3 games were finalists this year, with the original game just missing the top 100 at number 102, and parts 2 and 3 both finishing as in the top 12, as we mentioned earlier. This is an amazing accomplishment by a company that can single-handedly make your trip to Athens worth the trip.
Number 2, The Room in Germany. This is the 8th Terpeca for The Room and their 3rd consecutive top company award following their overall number 1 finish last year. So we have a new number 1 with 4 finalists total and 2 finishing in the top 17 with Ghost Hunter Brandon Darkmoor and the Lost Treasure of Alexander von Humboldt. They very narrowly edge out Paradox Project for the number 2 spot this year. You can't tell, but me doing voiceovers and talking is my job, but it doesn't look like it from all the mistakes I've made. The Room is an absolute force of nature in the escape room world, starting as one of the earliest and most well-known companies internationally early on, and raising the bar with experience they've delivered as they've grown. The Room is a can't-miss destination for touring enthusiasts. So congratulations at number 2, The Room. And I like the name because it's easy to say, except I messed it up anyway. So let's go on to number 1. I bet you can guess because you've seen it so many times. Woo!
That's right. Mad Mansion from Spain. So it should if you've been paying attention, Mad Mansion has really made a splash this year. So this is the 7th Terpeca for Mad Mansion, and it is their record-smashing 5th Terpeca this year alone. This has been quite a year. They set several new records. So first of all, they had the most finalists ever by a single company with 7. They had the most top room winners in a single year with 4. And they had the most total awards in one year with 5. And not only did they have 4 top room winners, but all those winners were in the top 27, not even just in the top 50. And then beyond that, they had a 5th room that barely missed. So Dino Rising Red Team was number 51. And so they were 1 spot away from having 5 top room winners. Now, unfortunately, I have not yet had the pleasure of playing any rooms from Mad Mansion, but now I look forward to the time when that will be possible. And I hope they're partying in Spain tonight for taking the new crown as the number 1 top company. Huge congrats to Mad Mansion.
Woo! Sorry for banging my mic. Congratulations, Mad Mansion. And we are done. Oh, look at that. We are done before 2 hours. I was scared this was going to go much longer because you know me and my ability to go off the rails. I behave for everybody.
I don't want to declare that we're done yet because there's still a lot of people I want to thank.
Yeah.
So I first want to thank board members. Ken helped with our new regional site resource, which you're going to see on the website in a moment. He built the winners map. These are great things. He also
going to do a cornet solo for us.
He may do a cornet solo. He also helped with some of the algorithm tweaks. Sarah helped kickstart the new ambassador program and helped figuring out who our ambassador should be and getting that all started. Dan wrote the brilliant participant survey that's going to be going out today, and hope you guys will all fill that out. Errol was instrumental in making this show happen and hosting it and producing it and directing it and all that stuff. And Errol's awesome, as you've noticed. David and Lisa have done a ton to help evangelize the project through their website and through Recon and all that. And most of all of these board members have been a huge help in making every difficult decision we've had. And believe me, there are a lot of such decisions, and there's a lot of work that goes into these awards. And I could not have done any of this stuff without all the help of the board members.
We had board meetings, long ones. You have no idea.
Yes, we did. I also want to thank you to the ambassadors. They did so much work. I feel like the ambassador program was a huge success. They helped with recruiting, reviewing applicants, processing nominations, evangelizing the project, and more. I just want to quickly go down Stefan Bauer from Two Bears Life in Austria, Dimitar and Nadia from Team Fury in Bulgaria, Melissa Foucher from Escape Game France, Heiner Steppen from Escape Roomers DE in Germany, Ellie Kuliadeli from Greece, Ron Kagan from Israel, Pim Arts from Escape Talk Netherlands, Wojtek Nadara from Poland, and Victor S. from El Quinto Elemento in Spain. I also want to thank John Devendorf, who helped with a lot of the room reviews and data normalization. He just said he wanted to help out, and he was awesome. Jonathan McHugh consulted on some of the algorithm improvements, and just many, many other people on Slack and Facebook that helped vouch for applicants, answer questions, lots more. And also thank you to our nearly 600 nominators and voters who this is not easy. It takes some time and effort to contribute to this process, because nominations and voting is not just clicking a button. You got to sit and think, and sometimes it takes a while for people that had a lot of rooms to compare. And then finally, thank you to all the escape room creators building great games. Hang in there. We know it's been a tough year. We love you. You're the reason this project exists. Keep doing what you're doing, and we will keep coming back for more.
And thank you to Richard. I know he's not going to talk. He's not going to thank himself, but he's put an intense amount of work. You have no idea how much this man has put in this. He was looking at my slides, and he looked at all the companies that I made in the slides, and he said, "Could you actually go through each of those rooms and now put their past wins and list out all the rooms from that company?" And then the slides, I went, "Oh no!" And he said, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." And he did. He does so much work. What did Errol do? Who knows? Nothing. Anyway, so thank you so much, Rich Bragg. This is why these awards should be called the Braggs. We will still try and push that. Anyway, we're almost done, everyone. So we are on just until next year. These are the links where you can find a number of things. Again, the links are at the bottom, and we'll probably put the links in the description. All the results that you see here will be on terpeca.com, so it's going to be available after this broadcast. We have finished the website. I think all Rich has to do is just push, go on GitHub, and it's good to go. There's going to be a participant survey going out today, because we want this to be an awards show for us, for enthusiasts. It's not just run by Rich and I and the board and all those people we thank. It's run by everybody, and we want to make it better each year, and we want to acknowledge all the great creative work that's out there. So we are going to send that out. Thank you for Dan Egner for putting that together, and please take a look at that and sign up to contribute for 2021. Voters.terpeca.com. You can follow us on Facebook. And, oh, look, we're going to talk about that. Actually, Rich is going to talk about this.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about it.
So there's going to be a new Escape Rooms Discord community, and there's going to be a launch party on January 1st. You can find out. I'll probably post on our Facebook about that. But I'm going to actually be hosting a drop-in discussion for anybody that wants to talk about the TERPECAs. There's so much more about all of this stuff than what we could cover in this thing, and I would be happy to chat more with anybody that wants to discuss any aspect of the project, give feedback, ask questions, what have you. If you're looking for something to do on New Year's Day, come on by. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, actually, if you want to know more about math, a number of us actually will be on that Discord doing all sorts of fun things. I won't be talking about math, but you can talk to Rich about math if you really want to. Anyway, yes, that's it. Thank you so much for all of you joining. That is like a huge commitment. I don't know how many we had up. We didn't count. I didn't look. Hopefully someone looked those stats, but I know that we're up to 170 people watching, maybe even more, because I was at the beginning and then I stopped looking. So
Yeah.
I was trying to
Look,
pay.
we made it under 2 hours.
Woo!
All right.
Woo! Yeah, I can have dinner.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you so much. Congratulations. Bye-bye. We're going to end. Yay.
Bye.
We're going to, or we could just wave uncomfortably and just look at the screen and watch people slowly. Okay, I'll end. We'll end the stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And there's, oh, woo. Oh, that went okay.